Hello everyone, welcome to the newest episode. So before we go over to the best of 3, I just wanted to say some words to one of my favorite decks, and this one is from Thrones of Eldraine. And back then even the block decks were the whole set had so many powerful cards, and even block decks. I could compete back then in Mythic, for example, with this deck. And yeah, I'm just playing with it because I really like it. I also have it in Paper Magic. And yeah, I just wanted to say some words. It's very simple. Here we have a lot of cards with the adventure ability. You can see here we have some knights. It's also about the knight theme. Here we have also zombie knight, here again zombie knight. And actually the pillar of this deck is the actual innkeeper, because whenever you cast a creature spell that was an adventure, that has an adventure, draw a card. So anytime, for example, when this creature enters, or we have a lot of creatures with only 2 mana, when they all enter the battlefield, we will always draw. We don't need to activate this ability. Here we draw a card and you lose 1 life. When this innkeeper is on the battlefield, then you will draw a lot of cards. And the second most important card in this deck is Lucky Clover. This one, this will do some Miyagi stuff. Whenever you cast an adventure instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. And the great thing is we have so many creatures, but all of these creatures, they have either sorcery or instant spells. This one, for example, return target creature card from your graveyard. And then if we have Lucky Clover twice on the battlefield, we can even bring 2, and I really like that. For example, also with, the Beanstalk Giant, where we can also search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, and then we can just put all the basic lands on the battlefield. For example, if we have like 2 Lucky Clover, we can bring 3 basic lands on the battlefield. And then we have one of the, in my opinion, one of the strongest legendary artifacts here, the Great Henge, because it reduces also the mana cost. For example, if we have a huge creature, and this one, the Lovestruck Beast, costs only 3 mana, then it will reduce also the amount of mana for that. You can see the spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So for 3 mana you already have a 5/5 Beast Noble creature on the battlefield. And then there's so many ways we can kill the opponent. For example, we can also use the Smitten Swordmaster. You gain X life and each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of knights. And for example, if we have already 3 knights, the Fulmire Knight, the Order of Midnight, and maybe also the Murderous Knight, it will always the opponent will lose 3 life points. And then if we have the Lucky Clover, it will be an additional 3, and then we can use it also more often, because we can bring it back, for example, with the Order of Midnight, and it only costs 1 mana. So yeah, and then we have also Garruk, a Planeswalker. We have Questing Beast. I really like this deck. It's one of my favorite decks, and you will see in this best of 3 how it works. So yeah, so let's see. Playing against Lewis from Goldrank, and we also entered recently Goldrank with the tap deck built around Hilda. And yeah, it's all about tapping. If you want to see, you can also tap here in the corner. I will just put it. And yeah, the only problem here is that we neither have the Innkeeper nor the Lucky Clover at the beginning, because those are really important cards. With the Innkeeper we can always draw cards, and Lucky Clover, it copies all the instant and sorcery spells. For example, if we are going to use Beanstalk Giant, we could copy his ability. Then we will just put the Swamp on the battlefield, use Beanstalk Giant, bring maybe a forest. Let me see, yeah, we have only 1 forest, so here comes the second one. And we will attack. Also, we have Questing Beast, one of the most powerful creatures in this deck, because for only 4 mana you have a creature with Vigilance, Death Touch, and it can also attack directly the Planeswalker. So I see the opponent has 2 creatures with Death Touch, so I assume that it's a Death Touch deck. So let's see, Castle. Yeah, we can also draw cards if we run out of cards. So, but in this case we'll just attack. Let's see if they are going to block. Yep. So this one will create a creature token, a flying one, okay? A spirit one. So let's put Questing Beast. The problem is, I mean, we have to sacrifice Questing Beast at all. Here we have another Orzhov Enforcer. Okay, great. So we have a removal card here with Murderous Rider. And yeah, I really like this deck because you can see a lot of creatures, a lot of night creatures. They have also some additional spells like the instant spell where we can destroy target creature. We have to pay 2 life points. And also Smitten Swordmaster. It will give us some life points. I mean, it's necessary because our opponent has some flying creatures. We also have some flying creatures, but the problem is the flying creature cannot block. Actually, the Beanstalk Giant should also have reach because it's so huge. It would match. It would fit if this creature would have also... Yeah, perfect. Here we have the Lucky Clover. So let's put the Murderous Rider on the battlefield. I will not use the Smitten Swordmaster yet. I will just wait for more knights that I can just put on the battlefield. So yeah, and my target now is, my goal is to reach Platin rank with this deck, because I need also to, I need some wild cards for the Lizard, and I currently also working on the Bat deck. So let's attack. I think they will just trade, yeah, the Vampire of the Dire Moon. Oh, for that one. Oh yeah, I totally forgot, they are not able to block Questing Beast, only creatures with power higher than 2. And all of these are just creatures with power 1. Okay, destroy target creature, 3 mana. Oh, Great Henge, perfect, we will just put it. So the Great Henge, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we will draw a card. It will also receive a +1/+1 counter, and we will also receive life points. I mean, it's so powerful. The mighty Great Henge. And the cool thing is, if we are not at the beginning, if we don't have so much mana, we can also use the beast with 5/5, and it also will reduce the mana cost for that. So yeah, we can also cast the Beanstalk Giant. Elspeth's Nightmare, so we don't have any yeah, that's also the great thing, we don't have any instant or sorcery spells on our hand. I mean, it's just included in the creature's card, let's say. We'll bring both creatures back to our hand. Questing Beast also will receive. We can copy, we will receive 2 small creature 1/1 tokens here. Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, you can see, I mean, once we have Lucky Clover, also maybe the Innkeeper, it will escalate so quickly. So now they will exile. Ah, no, that's the third one, that's the second one. So yeah, we don't have any sorcery instant spells. Beanstalk Giant. Order of Midnight. Murder again, so destroy target creature, fine. Yeah, at least with the spirits they can just block the Lovestruck Beast, so GG. Yeah, Lewis, yeah, I assume they are going to play a vampire deck, but I think their whole focus is just on the Death Touch creatures. What kind of creatures they could have? There's a snake, right? I think there's a snake with 1/4 for toughness, and whenever this snake is attacking us, they will gain 1 life point and will lose an additional one. Yeah, and this one also has Staff Touch, so that's the only one that comes into my mind. Opponent goes first, so yeah, we can keep that. With Fulmire Knight we can at least draw a card. Let's put Lucky Clover on the battlefield. Swamp. Ah, yeah, that's that. That's that creature that I have mentioned before. So let's use the Fulmire's Knight spell instant. Yeah, we can draw. We will draw 2 cards. Ah, again, 1 swamp. Actually, we have also the castle. Where is the forest? Gifted Etterborn. Wow. Okay, so I mean, I bet we are just getting all the green cards. None of these will be a forest. The problem is Murderous Rider. We can use it twice with 1 card, but the problem is we will always lose 2 life points. So in total it will be 2, and they are destroying target creatures, so we can also respond on that. We'll kill the Gifted Etterborn and also this snake. Are you kidding me? I think they want us to be to get killed because we are just receiving Murderous Rider, and that's the only card that also deals damage to us. I think that Shuffler is trying to kill us. Murderous Rider. At least we can also put the Murderous Rider on the battlefield, so we have at least a creature with lifelink. But the problem is, because it's a Death Touch deck with a lot of removal cards, I don't think it will stay long on the battlefield. 3 copies of Lovestruck Beast. My gosh. So let's kill both. The problem is Orzhov Enforcer will create a token, a flying token creature. But at least we'll gain a little bit of time. I mean, we just need 1 forest, and then, for example, we can use Beanstalk Giant. We can bring another 2 forests on the battlefield. Are you kidding me? I mean, what's wrong with this Shuffler? Yeah, I think it's over. I mean, I bet we will not receive a single forest here. Yeah, they have a lot of removal cards. 1, 2, yeah. So let's see what we are going to draw. No, the Great Hand. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. We are just getting green cards. Not even, yeah. Even it's a black card, I think it's too late. Oh, they can also transform it into a 3/3 creature with menace. Whenever this creature attacks, exile. Okay, yeah. Let's kill both. So this one is also dead. At least they don't have another land that they can transform into a creature. Ah, my gosh, that's really ridiculous. Beanstalk Giant 2 copies, Lovestruck Beast 3 copies, and the Great Hedge. So let's see. I bet they have a removal card. Shieldred, okay. Ah, we have to sacrifice a non-token creature. That's bad. It comes back to our deck, yep. So let's see. Of course, it's a green card. Yeah, so GG. Yeah, we couldn't do actually anything here. So now we have a final. I always like those best of 3 games where it's very close. Oh, that's a great hand. That's finally a great hand. Actual Innkeeper, we will just mix it with the Smitten Swordmaster, then we'll draw a card. Yeah, actually we'll put both Edgewall Innkeepers on the battlefield, then we don't have to use Smitten Swordmaster's first ability. And then, for example, if the opponent is going to attack us, we'll sacrifice the Swordmaster so we can bring it back, and then we can use its ability also. So here we go for the Smitten Swordmaster. We'll draw 2 cards. You can see, I mean, now it will escalate. I mean, I can tell you, I think we have already won. Hadded Blightfang. So here we'll just put another land. We'll just use all the lands on the battlefields. The Order of Midnight we can also put on the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Great, the Murderous Rider we'll use on the Hooded Blightfang. They will kill the Edgewall Innkeeper, no? The Order of Midnight, okay, maybe because it's a flying creature. But even though... So, Beanstalk Giant. You can see, I mean, how smooth it works. Yeah, we can use that, but later it's an instant spell, so let's wait. And we don't have to fear if we are losing and we are going below 10 life points, because we can always gain life points with Smitten Swordmaster. So yeah, let's do that. We'll kill the Chupacabra here. Perfect, so here we have a second copy of Smitten Swordmaster, the Beanstalk Giant we can also use as a blocker. Actually, I don't think they will attack us, because it would be 9 damage next turn. Oh yeah, of course, they have a removal spell. We'll lose 4 life points. Will not block. Yeah, we can use Garruk Cursed Huntsman actually, and we can use the first ability, create 2 black and green wolf creature tokens. So we can block 1 Blightfang. We can use Lovestruck Beast, draw more cards. All attacks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, doesn't matter. Destroy target creature. I think, yeah, they will just get rid of all the removal spells. They have 3 here. We'll lose 4 life points. We'll block, of course, one of these. Get rid of that. Even though we have so many lands on the battlefield, we are drawing and drawing more. So let's see, we will just put the swamp here and... Yeah, the only card that we are missing right now is the Lucky Clover actually. So we'll bring Order of Midnight back. You can see how it works. With the other Order of Midnight we'll bring the Smitten Swordmaster and we'll also gain life. I just want to use all the cards in the library. And I will just wait for the Lucky Clover, so then we can also use every single card here. Bam, bam, down to 21. And as I said at the beginning, with this deck I have actually reached, I have reached Mythic with 2 decks. That's the Adventure deck from Fronts of Eldraine, and the other one that I have also reached Mythic is it was the Angel deck from Kaldheim. Those are the only 2 decks that I have reached, I think, Mythic rank. Yeah, also Cultum has some powerful artifacts and enchantments. For example, where you create an angel token with 4/4, and whenever an angel dies, the opponent has to sacrifice a creature. And yeah, if it's not a token deck, they are literally dead. Perfect, so we have 2 copies of Lucky Clover. We can bring more creatures back. Let me see. First, we'll just gain a little bit life points. So now we are up to 12. We can use that. We can draw more cards. We can use the Lovestruck Beast, create 3 tokens. I mean, you see, it's escalating. We can also sacrifice the Edgewall Innkeeper. Actually, we don't need more than 3. Kafka's Tower. Yeah, they need, I think, sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 8. 8, 10, yeah, but we have 12 life points. So, let's see. They are not attacking. Perfect. So we'll put more lands on the battlefield. Yeah, they're really unlucky because they are actually missing just 1 permanent. So here we will use the Murderous Knight, we'll kill the Nightwalk. Yeah, so GG. So that's the adventure deck from Fronts of Eldraine. Actually it was very tight here with this against the Death Touch. We could also use, for example, the Smitten Swordmaster even more often, so we would have more life points. What else do we have here? Yeah, Lucky Clover is sick. I mean, we can just copy all the instant and sorcery spells. Also, we'll never run out of creatures, because when we have 1 copy of Order of Midnight, we'll just use that. We'll bring, for example, 2 or 3 creatures back to our hand. We can also sacrifice the Order of Midnight, so we can bring it back. So they have, yeah, you can see it's a very basic, simple deck, only with Death Touch and removal spells, but can be very effective also.